Lunar blast! Hurricane strike!
I'll take you all
Lunar
out!
blast!
Here I come!
Look sharp!
Rending you a bloody...
Blazing
You're mine!
Hurricane
All
Eagle!
won't save you!
Going in!
Double demon! I'm ready! Struck!
Nothing gets by me!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Look sharp! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot.
You picked the wrong fight!
Calm is more appropriate.
Let it out in more doing! Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Look sharp!
Sword Rain Alpha!
On guard! Annihilation!
Air pressure!
Tear! They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Serious?
Let me help.
Is this a joke?
Hurricane strike! Sword Rain Alpha!
Mine!
Shield
I
and
never miss!
I'm not done!
Hurricane strike!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Got fired!
I've got this!
My
Let
turn.
a marksman
Take it.
handle it!
All yours!
This one's mine!
Stop! Sword Rain
Glacial
Alpha!
spear! Pierce
Connecting
evil!
blade! It's on!
I can carve through
I'm ready!
Lancer!
Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
and I'll stop your life!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
Out of our way!
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang!
Glacial
Sword Rain
spear!
Alpha!
Make it rain!
Dion, astral energy, full throttle!
Sighted! Hurricane strike!
Mirage!
Smashed to pieces! Barely a blip on our radar.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
tired Hoodle.
You sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
What?
What's that noise?
Alfred, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif, too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dan is losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave. That's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Where are these Foreland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again. Okay, off we go.
We should be able to cook here.
Maybe I'll get some training in before we eat.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good. All right, it's done. Apologies for the wait, you guys.
That's a lot of fish you've cut up again, Kisara.
That's because I caught so many earlier. If you're going to eat them, it's best to do it while they're still fresh.
Was it difficult slicing up that many fish?
Nah, I'm used to it. It's no big deal for me at this point.
I know I probably shouldn't be saying this after all the trouble you went through, but I've never really understood the appeal of sashimi.
Oh, I'm sorry, Law. I didn't realize. I only make it because it's an easy way to deal with big catches when I fish.
You haven't done anything wrong, Kisara. Law, if you don't like the flavor, you're always welcome to add some of my spices to it.
Hey, yeah, that might work. I'll just put some of this here.
What's wrong, Law? I've never seen someone jump up and sprint off that fast.
He ran as soon as he took a bite of that sashimi.
Was he crying because of the taste?
I don't think the sashimi is the problem here, guys.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Do you mind if we chat a bit?
Now there's something I never thought I'd hear you say.
Remember when we talked about what it was like for me growing up? Well, I thought it only fair that I also get to ask what you were like as a child.
My childhood? Maybe you missed the memo that was going around, but I can't remember anything of my past.
I know. Just whatever you can remember. There's gotta be something, right?
Let me think. Well, have I ever told you about my army days? Back when I used to serve under a Danan master?
Yeah, but that must have been after you were already grown up, right? Do you happen to remember anything from back when you were younger?
Actually, I remember I had a kid with me.
You had a kid?
No, of course not. The child's father was another soldier. Back in those days, we risked our lives for a master we'd never even seen. We just fought for them and didn't even question it. When that kid's dad died and I saw them sitting there crying, I felt this bitter, indescribable feeling. It was like I was drinking something toxic that I knew I shouldn't, but couldn't stop. It was strange. I never understood why I reacted like that. Soldiers died every day. It wasn't anything new.
What it tells me is that deep down, you were the same man then as you are now. You've never been able to accept injustice in the world.
If you keep talking like that, you're going to embarrass me. I wonder whatever happened to that master and poor kid. Not that there's any way of knowing now. You know, I just remembered that kid was good at sewing dolls. They gave me one once. It was a good luck charm to protect me.
Dolls? I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Primed and ready!
Break this night.
Lunar protection! Gemini off with lightning! Downfall!
You're mine!
Here,
Perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more
Can't
doing.
get out of this!
I'm ready!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Hey, that looks... looks pretty good.
No choice.
Glacial Spear. Hurricane Hero! Freeze Lancer! I'll fix you up. Recover!
Thanks.
Look shot! Demon Rat!
Double demon fang! Its armor's too strong.
I'm ready! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
You're mine. You require doubling in an instant. Impact block.
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Green bathed in a charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Not on my watch!
Vacuum blade.
Flame of Fury!
Benediction light.
I thought you were more defensively minded.
Defense via threat elimination.
Time to
So
let
the
it
best
rip.
defense is a good offense.
Healing!
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. I'll take you all off. Dragon Form.
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Do it! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Over so soon?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Take this!
Look shot!
Eternal devastation.
Do it!
all yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Here I come! It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory to Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free!
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Sword Rain out!
Resonate with the earth!
It's over!
Okay,
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Benediction
take
light.
this! It's over!
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm! Sword Rain out! Dragon I'm ready! Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go. Healing
Rising Falcon!
All right. Now we'll move on. How about this? Look sharp.
Burn it out!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
Armor won't save you!
Going in.
You're mine!
Hurricane strike.
Dragon Swarm!
No further.
Going in. Discharge.
Ignite! Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Denizen. Here's a healing arm.
Hurricane strike.
Elusive heal.
Down. You're on. Look sharp. Ready to go. Far enough.
Dragon Swarm!
Healing
Dragon
in
Swarm!
the sky. It's good.
Switch to
Sword Rain Alpha!
Radiant back into the forest.
Now I can let loose.
Oh, will this help? Come over. Here, let me help.
Healing circle.
I owe
Sword
you.
Rain Alpha! Double Demon
Make it
Fang!
break.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go. I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out. Like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure filled with memories.
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
You require
Double Demon!
You must be tired of killing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on our side, Dohalim.
The Oath of the Renans, number 7.
Always replenish your stomach after a battle.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree? Coming through.
Rising Phoenix!
Hurricane Spark!
No escape! Crush! Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting. It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it. Those soldiers we encountered might have known about it and chosen to hide out here.
But with the entrance collapsed and exposed, they must have been forced to come out of hiding.
Right, here goes!
Pierce evil!
Rising Falcon!
This one's
Resonate
Get behind me!
Dragon Swarm!
Denied! This one's mine!
Shattering the pieces!
Now where was I?
They got flyers!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Sharp! Here's a healing! Let the marksman handle it!
Mirage! Strut!
Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
Then I'll have to keep training.
Ground and power!
I'm not done!
Back into the... This one's mine!
Crush!
Do
Double
it!
Demon Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Sighted! Go!
Damn it!
This!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I've been doing really great lately.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Glacier Spear!
Resonate with the Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Resonate with the earth!
You're mine!
Blind freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
It's over!
On guard!
I'm not
Look
done!
sharp!
This one's all mine!
Everlasting darkness! Negative
We've turned the tables on it!
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
This could be useful. What's this thing?
I see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zoogle cages.
Definitely looks like this is where the remnants of Volron's forces hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
This one will be difficult to predict. I shall ensure you survive this.
You picked the wrong fight!
Blow them away! My turn!
Start up!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together. Like a finely timed waltz.
I feel sprightlier than before.
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Gotta break through! Turn up! Try harder!
I'll heal you all!
How about this?
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
On your knees.
Dragon form!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
It's over! Take this!
Will this help? Hurricane! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisher! Hurricane
Dragon form!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and pummeling to me!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Dion, astral energy! Full throttle! We won that by a mile!
Out of my way!
On your knees.
Flame of fury!
I'm gone!
Strike!
Glacial speed!
Pierce evil!
I'm gone!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Rising Falcon!
Hurricane Strike! Lightning! Hear me! Flame of fury! Hurricane Strike!
Scream bathed in blood.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Crescent Moon!
You're mine!
This one's
Double
mine!
Demon Fang!
Flaming
You're
meteor!
finished! Sword Rain Alpha!
Stay calm. I shall
You
provide
picked the wrong
assistance.
fight!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Okay, here I go! Double Demon! It's go time!
Do it!
Rending you apart. Bloody.
I'm ready for the next battle.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it. How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose, anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renaissance, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell, are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and me both.
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegis along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelegion.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the 2 of them have in common is that they're both Renins.
Okay, you 2. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Coming through.
Dragon Force!
Where are you going? If you're gonna it's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Time to shine!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Gotta break through!
Going in by the power of water! This one's mine! Inferno crossing!
Dragon Force! Flame inside me! Yours will be red free!
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
Too fast!
Stand back.
I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't tip your hand, though. Shield and face!
Lunar
They make it break!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Resonate with the earth! Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
It's over!
Make it rain! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Benediction light.
You got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
I owe you one for that.
All yours!
Glacial Spear.
Glacial
Take
Punch!
this!
Thank you.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Dragon deity!
This one's mine.
Make it rain!
Ridwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Sighted! One more!
Mirage!
This one's mine.
I'm not
Do it!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
We're in good form!
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Law.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Out of our way!
Resonate with the earth!
Going in! Reload!
Soda!
Dazed and
Rising Phoenix!
you apart!
Radiant
Here I
Series!
come!
Hurricane Strike!
You're finished!
Not in your dreams!
This one's all mine! You're mine! Double Demon Fang! Sword Rain
Hurricane
Alpha!
Strike!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Going in!
Smash you! Eagle Ray!
Back into the Make it rain! Sion! Astral Energy! Full throttle! Switch back!
I'll take you all on!
Elusive deity! I'll
Make
face
it
you!
rain!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
We won that by a mile!
Coming through! Resonate with the earth!
This one's mine!
How about going in? You want me? Come get me!
I'm not done! Double Demon Fang!
How about this? Will this work? Hurricane Strike!
You picked the wrong button!
Flying freaks!
Plenty
Why
left.
can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
I'll do my best!
Resonate with the
This
earth!
one's mine!
Rising Phoenix!
Green bathed in blood.
I'm gone!
Here I go!
Bloody howling! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang!
I can carve through
Make it
armor.
rain!
Small! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Not a chance!
Look sharp!
You're finished! Double Demon Fang! Vacuum Blade! The Flame Inside!
I'm ready.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I've been doing really great lately.
Courteous, aren't you?
Give up me!
Dragon Swarm! Not today!
Now! You're mine! You're
Here,
finished!
let me help. I never miss.
Eternal devastation!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! I'll heal you all. Hurricane
Mirage!
Attack time!
Appreciate the help.
Alpha!
Go for it! Prepare to crumble.
You were practically a blur.
Together with your marksmanship, we make quite the team.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.